want to hop on here and I want to discuss my top fave banks, right? And I want to answer any questions you may have. This is for anyone who's looking to get funded and anyone who's looking to start a funding company, like help other people do what it is that I do. Like, you have to understand banks, you need to know what they offer, and you need to have a strategy. Just as simple as that. And I want to kind of go over that today in this video. I'm not going to be here very, very long. Share this live out with 5 people, because what I'm about to discuss, I've never discussed before. I don't like talking about banks because people prematurely go there and try to apply, but they don't really fully understand the strategies and the psychology behind it, right? So do me a favor, as you come in, share this live with 5 people and type done once you're done. And I don't know where my cell phone stand is. My cleaner came and I've been looking for it and she's not answering. So we're about to rough this one out. Share live, 5 people, type done. So who here is looking to have a strategy for funding before 2024? If you're someone that's been struggling all year, which you probably have, if you're not in a program to kind of like walk you through this entire process, I know you've been struggling. If you have credit challenges, ooh, I slipped. I did not turn notifications off and my phone is always off the chain. So type done. Again, share this live out with 5 people and type done. I'm about to give out my top 5 banks and the benefits of each. With these 5 banks, you can literally walk away with more than half a ticket. What's a ticket? $1 million. Know how I know? I've done it. I've done it a lot. This is why they're my favorite 5 banks, right? So share this live out with 5 people before I even get started. I need more people. Come on. Come on. This is for anyone who's looking to get into the funding business. What I'm about to give, a lot of people are not out there giving up real sauce. They're just parroting each other and saying the same thing over and over again, which is the reason everyone is running around with a chicken with their head cut off. And why I hop on calls and I'm like, what? Like, why do you think that? And then here's the thing, a repeated thought becomes a belief, so much so that they're telling me what's right and what's wrong. I'm like, okay. All right, you're right. Okay, when you get funded, if that's gonna work, please, and I always tell them, if that works for you, please follow up with me. Please, and I put it on a calendar date too. I'll be like, I'm gonna follow up with you in 30 days and see how that worked out for you. And then you get them and they be like, yeah, you were right. Yeah, I know I'm right, because you out here listening to a ton of different people and it's not going to get you anywhere. So I want to gauge the crowd because I want to give you this information. But the reason I don't talk about banks, hold on, I have to turn these notifications off. It's going to be a slight pause. Okay, we back. I don't like getting into specifics because this information may not apply to you. You may not be ready yet. You understand? But I need you to understand what banks are my favorite 5 and the reasons why and what they offer. A lot of you are with these banks and don't even know it. So I like to hop on my consultation calls from time and time again. I'll just like, if we have like a lot of calls, I'll be like, hey, I'll tell my customer service reps like, yo, I got it today. You know, sometimes I just feel like that. And then people be like, oh, this you? You be like, yeah. And so I like to keep my ear close to what you guys are going through so I can understand that the products and services that I'm offering is something that you can actually benefit from, not something I think you should have. You understand what I'm saying? So banks, you are already with these banks. You are already with these banks. One of my favorite banks, and here in my fave 5, I always try to see if anyone that I'm funding or anyone looking for funding or any of my mentees. So get your pens and pads out, especially if you're someone looking to help fund other people, okay? But I highly recommend you get a mentor, okay? Find someone. Jump in anyone's program. Like, for real. You need a blueprint. Just don't. It's so many people out here becoming funding coaches and they haven't even funded anyone. Like, it's crazy. So my first bank I want to talk about is PNC. Why do I like PNC? PNC in all of these banks is a no document situation, meaning no tax returns are needed initially, but when you have tax returns, it's even better. So guys, get your books in order. Definitely, it's so many people out here that's in business that don't have their books in order. If you're in business and if you had your books in order, meaning P&Ls, and you filed taxes and it was looking great, I'm having people who's making millions of dollars don't even have their books in order. Someone with that type of revenue, you can fuck around and go to one bank and get 300K. So what I'm talking about today is for the people who are just, no document. All right. No documentation is really needed. Okay. Your business is at least 2 years old. And then with PNC, that's my first bank I'm talking about. Your business is at least 2 years old and your credit score is at least 760. Guys, do not think that a 760 credit score is hard. PNC, I don't know. I had 23 accounts with them. It is not hard. Once you clean up your personal credit profile, which is the first step in the funding process, it's up. Guys, it is up. They cannot deny the profile. So forget that 680. I don't even talk about that. Like, 680 means something's not right. So let's fix what's not right. Let's add an extra 100 points to it. Let's get to 780. You understand what I'm saying? That way you can take advantage of what I'm about to say to you today. So PNC, 100K, business line of credit, no doc. Business need to be at least 2 years old. They like a relationship. You need to be in high sevens. That's not hard. Why that's not hard? Because you can clean up anything that's causing it to be below that number. That's why it's not hard. So get yourself to the level of what I'm telling you about. Get at least a 760, guys. Stop listening to people talking about that 680. Those are people trying to get you those merchant cash advances. I don't do that. All right. I'm trying to get you to get a chunk of money, start, grow, and scale a business and structure yourself out in the correct fashion. PNC, you can go and get 100K business line of credit. No dot. $20,000 business credit card. No dot. So you can literally walk away from PNC with $120,000. Literally, if you're set up properly. Okay, and you build the relationship. So in PNC, I like to get a checking, a savings, direct deposit. Hell, go ahead and get the merchant account too. Do it all. You can literally, if you're set up in the correct fashion, walk in that day, set up the banking account, and apply for these things right there in that sitting. But you got to be confident and understand that where you are and when they pull your information, that it's going to be fundable. See, that's your problem. I would do anything that it takes to, that's one bank. I haven't even gotten to my next 4 banks. The banks I'm giving y'all today, guys, is fire. If you're someone, if that was information you can use, put some fire in the chat. And I want you to share this live out with 5 people and type done once done. I'm just reading this question. You know what? He said that PNC was the worst. You crazy. I'll go through anything with a bank that I can get $120,000 from. You need to maybe reconsider that. Maybe you needed to start dealing with a different location, but you need to start looking. I see the flames. You need to start looking at these banks as what's in it for me. A lot of you are already banking with these people and you're taking it personally. This is business. All right. So PNC, that needs to be the first on your list. All right. PNC Bank. All right. I promise you. Okay. Who here has credit challenges? If you're someone that has credit challenges, we need to clean that up. You're someone who has credit challenges, I want to talk to you. Put a 1 in the chat. We have to clean it up. We have to clean it up. I don't care what needs to happen for us to clean it up. Do you think you can do it yourself? I highly doubt you can do it yourself. I highly advise against it. Put a 1 in the chat. Credit challenges, negative accounts, high inquiries, charge-offs, student loan debt, the negative items on that. Ooh, it's always a lot of you. I got something for you. I got something for you this Black Friday. I got something for you. I got something for you. We need to go ahead. Tyra, I see you. Tyra, let's get rid of that girl. Look, guys, do whatever you need to do to get yourself in a favorable position on your personal side. This isn't like, look, I've been really into some deep stuff, like listening to just like some really deep things lately. You understand, when it comes to the power of your mind and understanding your power into creating things in your life, this isn't that. I don't care what you think happened in the past. Let's create a new future. Who here would love to have $250,000 business funding by April 2024? Put a 2 in the chat. Today, I want you to just create your plan. Today, I just want you to create your plan. What's going to happen is, it doesn't mean me. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm not here to solicit people. Put a 2 in the chat. $250,000 in business funding by April 2024. I'm not here to sell you anything, right? So what happens is, once you have the intention, the right person and for the right purpose will show up. That's what happened to me. I had no clue you could even get rid of a bankruptcy. I just had the intention that I needed to get it removed. And I needed to move forward in my life. And I needed a new opportunity. The right person for the right person in the right purpose in the right time showed up for me. And that's the reason I'm talking to you. And it was someone, how I'm talking to you, I ran across them scrolling on Instagram. The best thing could ever happen to me. I know I attracted it. I 100% attracted it. I 100% attracted it. So when I'm on here giving you this information, I see you, Henry. I see you, Tan. I'm not here trying to sell you anything, because I may not even be your person, even though I highly doubt if it's anyone out there doing it better than me. Okay. But I may not be your person. What's going to happen is, once you write that intention down, the right person for the right intention is going to show up for you to help you carry out your goal. All right. So I need you to put PNC on your paperwork. PNC, write it down. PNC, 120K. PNC. All right. We need to clean up our personal credit profile. All right. My second bank, Truist. I get 70K with my eyes closed for clients. 70K. No doc. $70,000, no doc. How do you do that? You're structured out in the correct fashion. See you on the funding side. That's right, Kyla. That's exactly right. We're not going to rough it out in 2024. Share this live out with 5 people. And guess what? I have over 80 people, but I stopped because I have so many followers. I went up to like 500 followers. I had like 80 people who were in the credit and funding space. So I could just imagine. So y'all out there and y'all listening to me. So I'm talking to you too. This is a funding sequence for you. This is how we get our clients high returns and high approvals. We set them up properly. We clean up their personal credit profile. We make sure they're credible, name, phone number, email, website. Then we have relationship managers at these banks. All right? PNC was the first one. Make sure you build a relationship with someone in PNC. Number 2, Truist. I love, love, love Truist. Truist is a regional bank and it is amazing, okay? If you're someone who's here that's been denied for business funding and you're confused to the reason why, put a 2 in the chat. They're not going to be very clear on the reason you were denied. It's just not going to happen. That's just not the bank's way. They're not going to tell you how to get money from them. Think about it. You should already be in that position. If you don't know how, that's your problem. Put a 2 in the chat. I see you, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, you should know better. I see you, Mrs. Lynn. I see you. They give vague answers. Why? Because they just need you to show up ready and fundable. This is where people like me come in, and like my mentor when I ran across him 4 years ago. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Okay, and be grateful. I hope you're grateful when I'm on here giving you this information. I really do. Like, I literally pray for my mentor and his wife because she's a big, huge reason why he's in that position. She's in his ear. Women are creators. So I pray for her too. She don't need to be directly telling me how to run a community and be my mentor, but she knows how to run my mentor who's mentoring me. All right. So show a little love, show a little gratitude, send power and energy to people. Be grateful. The people that's on the internet out here killing it, man, I'm so grateful for them. Truist. On average, you're going to walk in, if you're set up in the correct fashion, $20,000 business credit card, 0% interest credit, 12 months. And you can get the second one. I forgot about that. You can get the 9-month one too. Walk away too with a chunk of money. Okay? Business line of credit, $50K. $50,000. I'm walking away from Truist for my clients with $70K minimum. But this isn't like a cash grab. I need you to understand that. We're building, Truist also likes a relationship. We're building relationships with banks, and if these people are approvable. The only difference between the people who cannot get approved for funding and my clients is they understand what the bank is looking for. So they become funding ready. Okay? A lot of the times we just do not understand what funding ready means. You can have a bunch of money flowing through your business, but if you're not funding ready, you will still get denied. If you're not named properly, you will still get denied. If you don't know what I know, you will still get denied. Okay? You will walk in there talking crazy, looking crazy, even though you're qualified, but don't know that you're qualified and get funded and get denied. What's number 3 on my list? Oh, Chase Bank. I need y'all to share this live out with 5 people and type done once you're done. Who here banks with Chase? If you bank with Chase, put a 3 in the chat. What's up, Eve? What's up, babes? Put a 3 in the chat if you bank with Chase. Who doesn't bank with Chase? Everyone banks with Chase. And they sitting calling me asking for funding. The fuck? Like you in the right place. My name is Eric. My name. You get denied, babes. Let's turn that around. Let's turn that denial to an approval. All right? We're going to turn that denial into an approval. No more done. No more denied, approved. Once you get your personal credit profile in the correct fashion, they cannot deny the profile. Navy Federal, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, I'm with all of them. Navy Federal and Bank of America is also on my fave 5, Mrs. Lynn. They coming up next, so stand by. Chase. Look how many people are with Chase. They said I needed a 730. You do get up to 760. They can't mess with you. Once you get to a 760, it's over. They have no choice but to give you what I'm saying. Chase, if you have so I have each and every one of these banks. So if you're in the funding industry, I'm talking to both people, both types. If you're in the funding industry and you want to fund other people, put a 4 in the chat. I just need to know. But if you're in the funding industry, these banks I'm talking about, you need to go find banking relationship managers at these banks, but you need to find good ones. Banking relationship managers are not created equal. And my babes is out here. Let me get her out. Come on. Come on, friend. They are not created equal. I build relationships with different bankers all over the country because I just keep building it until I find the one that's right. Ooh, I have like a fave 20, but I'm just giving y'all the 5. My mentees, they get the rest of them, all right? But Chase, you can walk away with Chase for $150K, no doc. But you need to understand who your banking relationship manager is, your client's industry. They need to be fundable. They need to be credible. I hope y'all writing this down. I had so many people say they bank with Chase and don't even get any money from them. Y'all just letting them use y'all money and you're not even taking advantage. This is crazy. I'm so sick of talking to people, but I love it. I love when people tell me they're with my fave 5, especially when they tell me they're with Chase. I'm like, yes. How long you been with them? I've been with Chase 8 years. Yes. Okay? That relationship plus what I know, let's get it. How do you know when the right ones? Pretty much, I'm gonna give you an example. So when I first got into the funding industry, I just funded myself $300,000. I did it because I was in Atlanta and I just walked into the banks and I started building relationships with the people in the banking industry. However, a lot of my clients were coming from New York. So I had partnered with the guy because I wasn't supposed to do this industry. And this is a story I never really even shared. But I was starting a home healthcare business. Everyone knows that. And a guy in the same mentorship I was in, he was like, yo, like, I'll give you the sequences. We're just going to go 50-50 and I'll give you my resources, my bankers. You know, so I had people from all over the country. Here it is. I'm just in Atlanta. The banks in other cities are very different. So I had like a lot of people from New York. I gathered 13 clients. He ghosts me. I'm stuck with 13 clients to fund on my own. He straight up ghosts me. So I ended up, and I tell my mentees this strategy. I discovered a new strategy on how to get as many business, banking, relationship managers all over the country as possible. I don't share it here. I share it with my mentees, all right? Because it was the best thing could ever happen to me. He ghosted me. I don't know what that was about. So I go on to start building relationships with them. So it was a guy from US Bank that I started building a relationship with. He was just schooling me. So while most people who do funding, they're taught by like a mentor from the outside looking in, I was literally mentored by a relationship banking manager from US Bank. Give me the game. He done been promoted, probably from all the business on the census as he done been promoted in the company. You understand? And he used to sit up and tell me every banking process and what they needed to look like. And then he wouldn't like incriminate himself because most banking relationship managers, they'll be like, well, anyone can apply, anyone can show up. But then you got that dude, Ray. He gonna be like, look, yo, it's highly, they not gonna get approved. What we like to see is A, B, C, X, Y, and Z. So that let me know all my clients before I even send him his way, they approve. because we already got them set up in the correct fashion. So I learned from an underwriter's perspective. That's what sets me apart from all those other people you sitting up listening to. And that's why y'all be like, when I be doing YouTubes and podcasts, they be like, even the person interviewing me be like, I've never heard that before. I know. I learned funding from an underwriter's perspective. And take heed to this list I'm giving you. And make sure when you make and build relationship, guys, those funders, I want you to succeed. Make relationships with the business relationship manager. I'm talking to people who want to be in the funding industry right now. Go to lunch with them. Be their friend. All right? I just chop it up with my bankers. We homies. I'm literally friends with my banker relationship manager. This is not business. It's real personal. You understand? And they like, look, yo, it's something going on. Like the fraud is going up. We checking this out. We doing this. We doing that. So I'm abreast of a lot of things. Okay? And I want you to get funded. Okay, so what did we say? PNC, 120K. Truist, you're looking at 70K minimum. Chase, you're looking at about 150K. All right? I'm talking about 0% interest credit cards and business lines of credit. These are why these banks are my favorite, and this is why these are my first go-tos. But I have a good 10 banks that I know how they operate. I'm good with them, and my clients are set up in the correct fashion in order to get the maximum amount of funding from them. You too. Who do I have? Bank of America. I personally, now this is just personally, Bank of America is one of those banks you don't even really need a banker relationship manager. You just need to build a relationship with Bank of America. Bank of America is going to fund you on the personal side real nicely, as well as the business side. Really, really nicely. I like Bank of America if you're someone trying to rebuild your personal credit profile. Okay? Bank of America is going to look out for you. All right? I promise you. I personally, when I had an 815 credit score before I went bankrupt, I had like a $50,000 personal credit card with Bank of America. I had another $35,000. I had 2 personal and 2 business. $35,000 and $50,000 on the personal side, 50 and 60, but that was years of me being with them. That was my bank. And I didn't even know what I know now. If I'd have known then what I know now, they had a business line of credit, I'd have had all types of shit with Bank of America, but I just didn't know any better. They just kept automatically increasing me because of all the cash flow that was running through the bank. So I personally know how to operate with Bank of America. Then they kept extending 0% interest on the personal side and the business side. So once that 9 months was up, I'll get another offer. Hey, do you want to extend it? That's why I love Bank of America. Be Bank of America's friend. Who do we have? PNC, we're looking at 120K. Truist, 70K minimum. Chase, you're looking at 150K done in the correct fashion with the right connection. Bank of America. With Bank of America, like, it just really does not stop. Okay, they not only are great for no documentation on the personal side, the business side. I can't even really put a number to Bank of America. You like to start and you're set up properly. Let's just say they love high limits, but you need to set yourself up in the correct fashion. All right, you are looking at, I would say, to start on the personal and the business, you can get 2 personal credit cards. That's if you're looking to build up your personal credit profile before you get funding. And you get 2 business credit cards. You're looking at least 100K. But if you need vehicles in your business name, that's another. I'm not even going to go there. I'm telling you, Bank of America is your bank. All right? So 120K PNC, 70K Truist, 150K Chase. Bank of America, you're looking at least 100K. That's just in credit cards. Now, if you're getting cars in your name, you're looking at 80 to 100K. Anytime someone wants cars in your business name, that's my bank. We go there. I'm telling you. So last but definitely not least, Navy Federal Credit Union. You know they had to make the Fave 5. They had to make the Fave 5, okay? Share this live out with 5 people. Now, if you're someone that wants to know and wants access to gain all of this funding, what I'm giving you is over $500,000 in business credit and funding. Guess what? $47 for the next people on this live. I'm telling you, it's my entire store on how you can make yourself become credible and fundable so that you can be approved for this. Guys, it's not as simple as just having a good credit score. Do not walk in there with a 680. I promise you, get up to 760 and it's curtains. It is not hard. Once you get the blueprint, it is not hard. Type Black Friday, get the sauce, $47. Once you understand what needs to happen before you apply, that's key. We are listening to all these people saying, oh, we need a 680 and we can get funded. No, that 680 is for merchant cash advances. When you want high credit card, 0% interest from PNC, you want that $120,000 from PNC, you need a 760. I'm not here to play with you because I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just giving you information. I may not even be your person, all right? I love giving information is because I come from where you come from. A lot of the people you're listening to, they just went into business. Me, I struggled out of bankruptcy and near homelessness. Like, it's no joke for me. So I'm never trying to sell you anything. It's just straight up information, okay? So PNC, you want that 120K? Get up to a 760. Fuck that 680. And I didn't even mean to curse. I'm trying to work on my language. 680, you not ready. If you got a 680, you need to be working on a 760. All right? Type Black Friday. I need you to get this half a ticket. Why? Because it's possible for you. It's possible for you. All right? 120K at PNC, 70K minimum at Truist, 150K at Chase. Bank of America, you're looking at 100K. Navy Federal Credit Union. Listen up. This is for anyone who's looking to start and do what it is that I do. A lot of you follow me. So I say I gotta start speaking to you too, because I do have a mentorship and I don't talk about it a lot. All right? But in my mentorship, I go crazy. Okay? If you're someone that's looking to start funding, these banks need to be on your Fave 5 and you need to go find banker relationship managers who's going to give you information and teach you the underwriting process. You need to understand the underwriting process so you can get your clients the maximum amount. You need to be able to look at someone's personal credit profile and see if their business is credible and see what their business is named and see everything about their business. You need to be looking at that information from an underwriter's perspective. This is how I'm able to get maximum amount of funding, and you too. So guys, when you're listening to me and you're like, hey, I never heard that before, you're listening to it because I'm friends with underwriters at banks. Just as simple as that. We go to lunch, we take shots, we hang out, we chop it up. They need to be your friends. When I commit to something, I'm 100% into it. Do you want to get funded? If you want to get funded, you need to type Black Friday in the chat. Become credible. Become the person that can walk into PNC and get $120,000. How do we do that? Tire bundle is right there. Only $47. I don't even need to explain. All right? Anything you need to know in order to become funding ready is in that bundle. Oh, I can't afford it. Yes, you can. Type Black Friday in the chat. 120K PNC, Truist, 70K, Chase, 150. And I'm not joking. This is not an isolated incident. This is average. All right? but you need to understand what it is that's going to take you to get you to that level. Bank of America, my very favorite. All right, Bank of America, you need to be with Bank of America, okay, for whatever. Navy Federal. Navy Federal is the only one that's on this list that's a credit union. You always hear me talking about Navy Federal. You hear a lot of people talking about Navy Federal. Here's why. Hey, Z, she's telling you how to get money in America. Listen, okay, I'm not trying to get no 5 and 10K limits knee higher. Dude, exactly, me either. So I'm not trying to go to 1,000 banks. You can literally, especially if your financials are in order, you can literally go to one bank and get $300,000. How do I know? I've done it. You need to have your financials in order. Get you QuickBooks and get an accountant and start having your and I'm seeing, and some of these people on here, I know them personally, and some of them are my clients, and I'm not going to blast them out, but they are up to the 7-figure mark and don't have their books in order. So they got to go for the no doc situation. I'm like, dude, if you had your books in order, we can go here and get $300,000 from Amex. You understand what I'm saying? Get your books in order. Get QuickBooks. It's only like $15-20 a month. Attach your credit cards to it and just let it organize. Okay? That way you can pull a P&L. You can go into a bank and get you 200, 300K. But I like these Fave 5 for people who don't have their books in order. Okay? But you're credible. And you don't really know how to get there, type Black Friday in the chat. $47. You don't get no sweeter than that. Okay? Type Black Friday in the chat. Like, you're going to get the entire blueprint on how to become funding ready. Okay? All the information I'm talking about and more. Navy Federal. This is for anyone who's in the rebuilding process. This is for anyone who's in credit repair and anyone who is building a relationship with them and can still get funding from them. This is where you switch from low credit card limits to higher credit card limits. Navy Federal Credit Union. I got a whole module in one of the courses so with this Black Friday bundle, I'm giving you 2 courses and 5 ebooks. All right. One of these courses, I got like a whole module on Navy Federal alone. That in itself is worth $4,000. All right. So y'all always ask me, please talk about the Navy Federal play. Like, it's there, okay? Type Black Friday in the chat. So, Navy Federal is good if you have credit challenges. I funded people $25,000 personal credit profile while they were in credit repair who had an active bankruptcy and turned around and got them $25,000 on the business side with Navy Federal. This is someone with not so great credit walking away with $50,000. That's unprecedented. But you wouldn't do that because you didn't meet a person like me. You see what I'm saying? So that's all I'm trying to explain to you. Get the information, but take action. Don't sit here and just listen. Take action. What up, sis? What up? So, again, let's go over it. PNC. Truist, Bank of America, Chase, Navy Federal Credit Union. All 5 of those banks are the banks that will get you the maximum amount of funding, but you need to be credible. You need to have at least a 760 credit score, and your name, all that good stuff needs to be set up in the correct fashion. Do we have any questions before I go? If you're looking to be funded before, let's see. Yep. If you're looking to get funded before April 2024 and set yourself up, type Black Friday in the chat. $47. They don't get no better than that. But I want to answer some questions before I go. Do you have any questions about any of these banks? Any of that? If you're in the funding space, I'm pretty sure I have a lot of advanced information because a lot of people who's in the funding space, they just go online and they just, they tell the clients to apply at these places and just look on these people's website to see what they offer. But it ain't nothing like knowing a relationship banking manager and you his friend. where you get customized snapbacks. I don't know, babes. Wait, snapback hats? My hats? So it's a place local in Atlanta. So you call these snapbacks? I get my hat from, it's a place local to Atlanta. What do they call them? What's the name of the company? It's just local here to Atlanta. Next time I come on, I'll have it. Who's the most lenient when it comes to high utilization? No one. If you have high credit card utilization, it's a wrap. Don't even apply. You will automatically be denied. What you can do is see if Meet Tally, MEETTALLY.com will pay the debt down for you, then go for funding. Any other questions? So I'm feeling quite on fire a little bit. You know why? Because I haven't been live in a minute. So y'all know if I space it out, I'm giving up juice. Look at me giving up banks. What's next? Is Navy Federal Biz credit card? Yes, it is. Especially if you're someone with credit challenges. Go and get a business credit card because you want to start establishing business credit while your credit is being repaired. That's why Navy Federal is a good one for me. Restore your credit with Mrs. Cash Flows. Yes. Type Black Friday in the chat. Get the entire blueprint on how to become fundable. How to get the whole entire blueprint on how to get a half a ticket. All right? They don't have 0% APR. That's okay. No, they don't. But the reason I like them is because when someone is in bankruptcy, like with my clients who don't have good credit, I have a whole sequence and a whole series of how I can go at them 90K in 90 days with not so great credit. And it's not net 30 accounts, okay? It's with banks. And Navy Federal is one of them. That's okay that it's not 0% interest. Get yourself to a 760. Once they get to that, then we're going for the 0% interest. I messed up with PNC. Is there anything else I can do? Whatever you got going on with PNC, man, I don't know. I mean, I gave you 4 other banks. And that's another thing, guys. Y'all think just be getting credit repair. I don't condone just wiping stuff off. So you can wipe it off. Just because we wipe it off your credit report does not mean that people are going to do business with you again. So that's something else to think about, especially at Amex. They real funny about that, Chase. They not quick to do business with you again after you started owing them money. What biz cards with Navy Federal do you advise? They only have one. I think they call it the Gold Biz. Type Black Friday in the chat. I got the whole Navy Federal play in one of those courses. I'm giving you my entire digital store for $47. What if I have high credit card utilization on the business side with 820? Can you help me? If all your business credit cards are maxed out, they sometimes have a problem with that. Yep. But DM me and we'll see. It's a case-by-case basis. What was the high utilization agency called again? Oh, if you want someone to pay off your high credit card utilization, Meet Tally. Need that Navy Federal. I was having trouble getting that. It's a hit difficult. Yeah. Type Black Friday. Share this live out with 5 people. I'm going to leave this live up maybe 24 hours. I love you guys. I want to make sure you get funded. You need the right information. Go ahead and take advantage of that $47 deal. It's only until midnight. I want to see you funded. No, it's not Meet Talent. It's Meet Tally. MEETTALLY. Be amazing. Happy Black Friday weekend. Get funded.